OU West Virginia. This is a get right game if I've ever freaking seen it. Okay. You're going into Morgantown. It's a hostile environment. West Virginia is at the bottom of the Big 12. They're the 7th ranked defense in the conference. They're the 9th ranked offense in the conference. You got to win this game. You cannot lose this game. You literally can't. It's a must win and a can't lose at the same time.
Yeah, so, this is absolutely a must win game. I mean, considering that we have Bedlam the weekend after and then at Tech, which I really don't feel good about. If we lose this game, we might lose out the rest of this year and not make a freaking bowl game, which would be which we made fun of Texas for just last year, right?
Yeah.
Or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Whenever it was.
Life comes at you fast.
Yeah, it comes at you real fast. So yeah, I mean, you have to win this game. Thank God it's at 11 a.m. because if it was a night game in Morgantown, I would really not feel good about it. But it's 11 a.m. game. We have to win it. We have to.
Mark, Pat?
Bro, we're not good. Like, we're good. We're better than West Virginia, but
yeah,
this whole we have to go in and win this one. So does West Virginia.
Yeah, but West Virginia is in this position almost every single year, whereas we are not.
Exactly. They're seasoned for it.
Oh, God.
Look, we're seasoned for dropping the one game against the West Virginia.
Has never beaten Oklahoma in Big 12 play. They've never done it. Whether it's Bob, whether it's Lincoln, they haven't done it. So I'm very curious to see what pans out this week. Look, diving into a little bit of the game. JT Daniels, 13 touchdowns, 8 picks. Dude turns the ball over. I think this is the game you got to be a little aggressive in your secondary and dialing up some blitzes. And I know they've probably dialed up blitzes in the past, but like you can get to this guy. He's not uber mobile. He obviously can't read the defense very well if he's throwing 8 picks. Doesn't know what he's doing. This is a big game for the defense, and I think this has the opportunity to maybe go back to that Iowa State game. A little bit what we saw against Iowa State, how they started to look like they were kind of figuring some things out. Maybe that's what happens this week. I'm not sure.
Remember feeling good?
No.
About the trajectory?
No. Wow. I don't.
Coming off a bye, great win off Iowa State. I mean, I thought the momentum was going to continue against Baylor, obviously. I mean, it did in some capacities, but definitely didn't overall. That's what I want to see us get back to as well. Pressure on JT Daniels is going to be the biggest thing, like Mason said.
And I don't know who gets you that pressure because the defensive line is non-existent. Like I've said,
Bowman.
You need him in coverage, man.
You need him actually in every single position. Just put him in every single one.
I know.
If you could pick one player on OU's defense to play all 11 positions, it's Billy Bowman with a bullet, right?
Easily.
Yeah,
probably.
Maybe Deshaun White.
Yeah, I was going to say Deshaun.
He's a little bigger.
Yeah, Deshaun's a little bigger, but I'd much rather have Billy playing every position. I'd feel a lot better about it.
Feisty, man.
I know.
I'm not really hopeful, guys. I don't have a lot of like hope in me about like any of these games coming up.
I think we're
a little deflated.
I think we're going to win big here. I think our offense is going to get going. We're going to win big.
I like the vibe, Pat. That's the kind of vibe I need right now.
Pat has a much better vibe than I do.
He
always does.
He's also right. We lost by 3 to a team we handed the ball to 3 times last week. Right? For all the sorrow that we have, we just lost the homie Colton Vasek. He went home. It's time to rise from the ashes. I'm with Patrick on this. When you look, all the problems remain. They do, but that's next year's problem. For now, let's win some football games. Eric Gray's still Eric Gray.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Billy is still Billy. Deshaun's going to play hard. Jaron Kanik is going to get more and more playing time. Our Mason Thomas has looked good. Let's see these guys, eat a little bit. I would win by 30 points. That'd be sick.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, I was going to say, I see us scoring 40 plus points on this team. Maybe
I do as well.
Easily 400 plus yards.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about the offense.
I feel like a 45 45-27 win is what I feel. Because I like Patrick said, I think the offense is going to have a really good game against this West Virginia defense who has not performed well. They're allowing 414 yards a game. Granted, OU's giving up 435, but what are you going to do about that? So, in terms of their defense, I'm trying to find. Gosh, all right, never mind. I can't find it. The Big 12's website is a mess. It's whatever, but I don't think West Virginia.
Big 12.
So, like, you think back to the losses. Besides the Texas game, Adrian Martinez posed a problem. And then Baylor posed a problem just with how physically dominant they were to be able to run the ball. I don't think West Virginia presents you with a problem like that. Like a certain, like, what is West Virginia's identity? I don't think they have one.
It's just Morgantown. Like, that's the identity that they have.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, it is.
Well, also, we're not as plugged into West Virginia football as we are our own team.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right. And certainly not this year as much as I am even a team like Baylor or Texas or Oklahoma State because they're West Virginia. They're not good, guys.
We're not good either.
I disagree. So I think if we're all playing to our full potential, we're a really great team. Even if it's like 75% there, I think we're good.
Okay.
I
know that I hit this point last week or this past episode, but we haven't played 100% yet.
Right. That's the weird thing is we haven't peaked at all.
Right. Okay.
We're not going to this year.
You say that like the peak is coming, and I say it thinking the peak was Iowa State, possibly. Right. We have good enough players. We can win out. Go to a much better bowl game than we're slated to now. The Alamo Bowl, maybe? I don't know. Something like that.
I would guess that.
Something like that. And win that game. Everything could turn around, but we could also go to Morgantown, our first away game in the Eastern time zone, and blow it. Isn't it the Eastern time zone?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Thank God I was right.
Yeah. Think Morgantown, think just south of Pittsburgh, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's out there.
Wild regional decision.
Yeah.
Conference realignment's ruining conference.
Yeah, it's weird. West Virginia allows 276 yards through the air on defense, by the way. That's 8th best in the conference. This has to be a Dylan Gabriel game where he takes over. He's good. I need another 350 out of Dylan Gabriel this week. You got to throw for 350, maybe 4 tutties, and then
no picks,
and then give Eric Gray the ball a solid amount of times. Mm-hmm. How about target Marvin Mims more than 5 times? That'd be sick. That'd be nice.
So that's what I want to see on the offensive side of the ball. I think. Look, Eric Gray is going to be good, right? Eric Gray is just good. Javonte Barnes, if he can play, he gets all of Marcus's snaps. That's just what needs to happen. It's over. And I want to see a lot of planned throws to Marvin Mims and to Jaleel Farouk. And that's really, I think, all it takes to build a competent offense is get the ball to your best players.
I know.
Just say, hey, sometimes go beat your guy. And if he beats his guy, he's open.
But we've been saying that for weeks.
Yeah.
And they still aren't doing it. Like,
I'm sorry to be a negative. On a 4th and 1.
I'm being negative Nancy tonight, guys, so you might have to pull me out of this funk. But it's like, I feel like we know what the problems are. Like, at this point, they're pretty glaring. They have been for the past couple weeks.
Sure, but we're running a podcast.
Yeah.
I was just going to comment on the Marvin Mims thing, Mark. Every time he throws it to Marvin Mims, or not every time, but half the time, it's a deep ball, and it scares the crap out of me because it's either overthrown or potentially intercepted. So, like, honestly, if the routes are kind of more slot routes to Marvin, sure. But
and no, that's not a bad point. It's a good point because we have guys that can run that deep route, right? Trevon West even is fast. He got some run last week. That was crazy. Yeah. Good for him. Shout out Trevon. Jaleel Farouk can run deep and then have Marvin trail in underneath. Whatever you need to do, right? We just haven't done it.
The thing that comes to my mind, and this is going to sound like a bad example because these aren't the same caliber of players or offensive system or anything like that, but the way that the Dolphins utilize Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, obviously they're two best players. Yeah. They feed them the ball like each 12 times a game, and they're doing it by giving them the ball in space over the middle. I feel like Marvin Mims never catches the ball over the middle. Right. They never send him over the middle. And Jaleel Farouk as well. I feel like the guys who go across the middle are Drake Stoops and that's it. Braden Willis.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like that's 90% of the field.
Right.
Just get Marvin and Jaleel in space and let's see what happens.
And the defense isn't going to hit you. They cannot hit you anymore.
No.
They cannot knock you off your route the way that the old timers used to play. Yeah. It's soft.
Yep.
So send your fastest guy over the middle. They can't cover it the same way our guys can't cover it. When Xavier Worthy goes across the middle and beat him.
Just beat him.
Just beat him. The one thing I'm looking for is I want to have West Virginia's run offense is not anything like Baylor's, but I would like to see a much better run defensive game. I need to see us be able to show a little bit of light when it comes to stopping the run, because that I think has been our largest problem the last, in our losses at least, is allowing teams to open up the run and then just taking over from there. We have to be able to shut that down. And like I said, West Virginia not great on the run offensive game, so we should be able to do it, but I want to see it.
The thing that I'm most looking forward to and the thing that I need to see is pressure. And I feel like I've said it 5 times this season. But at some point, you're going to have to get some kind of pressure, because guess what? You're playing Texas Tech next week and they throw the ball all over the field. If you don't get any pressure on them, you will die.
Oklahoma State next week.
Sorry.
And
3 weeks. Yes. Mm-hmm. I was wrong on the schedule. Oklahoma State. We'll get to that eventually. But later on, you're going to play teams that can kill you if you do not get pressure on them. And you haven't gotten pressure all year. I understand that. So maybe this is the week you dial something up. Maybe you send Danny Stutzman on a bull rush blitz and he goes in the wrong hole, but he's still in the backfield and he flushes the guy out. Maybe that's what he does. Maybe Ethan Downs
built for.
Yeah, maybe Ethan Downs decides he can play football and gets any sort of pressure. That'd be sick.
That'd be nice.
Our Twitter handles are on this episode, by the way. So go ahead and give me a tweet if you think I'm being mean to Ethan Downs, who has a total of probably 10 tackles all season. Tell me if I'm being mean.
Jinkies.
Sorry, I don't care.
You're going after everybody, Mace. The last
I'm sick of it, dude. I'm sick of no pressure. They don't win any battles. They are all blocked all of the time. They do not know how to get off blocks. And I've never seen a defensive line like it. And I understand, what else are you going to do? Those are your best players. And it's terrifying, but it's true. So if they're your best players, then they better do something. Because they don't do anything right now. None of them do. Jalen Redmond, sometimes. Jalen Redmond's on my good list, though, because he's in the wrong position. So it's fine.
We started the season super high on Reggie Grimes. He's come down to earth in the way that people who have been on space come down to earth. And in his place, I mean, who has stepped up? We haven't really had a defensive lineman really make those plays. Joe Nalaulu has played very well. Mm-hmm. I think that he is someone who does deserve some plaudits here. I think Jeffrey Johnson has done well when he plays. I don't even see him on the field that much. Maybe I am not paying attention to the defensive line enough. So please don't come after me. I don't want to get added for my bad takes.
Well, I mean, it's fine. You probably can't see the defensive line play because by the time you acknowledge them, they're 20 yards downfield running the ball. And the defensive line is like non-existent. So
I'm
they're
looking at
out of
those-
play already.
Looking at the ball carrier, and
Yeah.
dang, he's 6 yards there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Danny. Oh man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. It's great. It's fun.
but yeah, I think we need to help those guys out more than they are. Letting them just get blocked, letting them just lose their blocks against every pass. Who are you helping? We need to send pressure. That's
And maybe that's what
Mhm.
maybe that's literally what we're just gonna have to do is send 6 guys every time. One more than they can block.
Let's draw some
Like
corner
every
blitzes.
time.
Oh,
Try
man
something.
up.
And
Yeah.
tell Woody and Jaden and Key and all those guys back there, like, you're on your own. Figure it out. And that's just what we
luck.
gotta live and die with. Honestly, at this point, we're talking it out and it sounds great.
Yeah, it sounds
I
good.
love it.
Let's do it every
I love
play.
it.
I feel like we have to. I mean,
Make JT Daniels throw the ball.
yeah.
Yeah, make him throw it.
Make him throw it with someone in his face. Let us know
Make
down
him
below
throw
in the
it
comments.
fast.
Let us know down below in the comments if you're vibing with us on this. Also,
Vibing.
vibe check in the comments how we're feeling right now. Because I feel like we're down on the dump. We need Matt right now. I feel like we're down on the
Matt, we do need
somber
Matt.
tonight.
Yeah,
So like speaking of like how we're feeling, right? I think this
Yeah.
game is really important for us to win from a mental standpoint.
for sure.
Like
100%.
like for not just us, but like for these players. If we lose this game, morale is gonna just like crush into like a trash can. And then
If we lose
start,
this
like
game, Mason's gonna kill them all,
I
man.
know.
Dude.
I know he's gonna destroy everybody.
Oh my gosh, man.
So like again, we really need to win this game, or else the last 2 games of the season. Ooh, I think this is a big setup game for us.
But I don't know who said it earlier in the season. I generally hate when people say things so open-ended as this, but it was like, we can win all these games, we can lose all these
Mhm.
games.
Yeah.
And it's just
Mhm.
like,
That was mad.
man, I hate that. But yeah, we could go 3-0, we could go 0-3.
Oh yeah.
And it
Oh,
starts
yeah.
this week. This is the easiest one. You have to win it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have to win it.
All right, let's do some score predictions real quick.
Jesus.
I know. Oh, by the way, if you're a responsible gambler, -8, Oklahoma -8 is what I have according to ESPN. I think they get their picks from or their spreads from somewhere. I don't know.
It's at -8.
Yeah.
Generally, as a consensus, opened at 5.5.
Wow.
Okay. So I got OU to cover. I got them 45-31. I think that's a safe bet. I think OU scores more than 30, and I think West Virginia scores more than 40, and I think West Virginia scores more than 30. 45-31. Oklahoma win. That's what I'm going with.
Mine's close to yours, Mason. 45-35.
Okay.
Same reasons.
I had 38-17 written down, but then I said we're going to score over 40 points. So I've changed it to 41-17. Give me some defense. Let's get it right this week.
Way to hold yourself accountable.
Yep.
Proud of you.
Good stuff, Pat. 48-17. Offense looks good.
Ooh.
One more touchdown than me. All right.
Okay.
I like
40.
it.
Let us know down below in the comments what your prediction score for the game is. We read all these comments. I'm not having a good speaking night, by the way. I feel like
Imagine listening to us this whole time and thinking, like, finally, these guys have gotten realistic.
No,
They
Oh,
have
yeah.
seen
Finally,
this
they're
damn
broken.
team and they figured it out. And then we all come on and we're like, yeah, we win by 20 at least. At least.
what's the big
Mark-
deal?
Mark
Why is
is a-
everybody freaking
Like,
out?
We
Yeah.
have to win this game. Sooners by 31.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
God.
yeah. But also, if you are going to comment, be nice in the comments. There's some
Yeah.
mean comments out there.
Yeah, let's be nice in the comments for sure. Yeah, that's all. Just be nice.
Not
Nice.
towards us. I'm fine with that. It's
Yeah.
the other.
I can handle it.